Good morning. Welcome to Hawk Nest News. We're coming to you from Jamestown, New York with exciting news regarding a once-in-a-lifetime event, the solar eclipse. I'm Juliana Main.
And I'm Cameron Feliciano. Today we're bringing to you an inside look at the region's thoughts for this historical event. Jamestown Community College's Student Senate helped organize a safe environment for the community and beyond to enjoy the eclipse and participate in several activities.
Should we have missed class? Let us see what a professor at JCC thought what would happen to school with the eclipse coming and what it meant for Chautauqua County. A teacher's perspective on class cancellation as well as his thoughts on what the solar eclipse means for Chautauqua County.
The temperature and UV rays will be affected during the eclipse. There are experiments that will be conducted to see how each is changed on the JCC Jamestown campus.
We have a special ambassador of NASA with my correspondent.
Coming back from space, we go to Earth to talk with the president of Lilydale Assembly about the spiritual impact the eclipse may have. The president of Lilydale Assembly brings to light the spiritual impact of such a monumental event.
Does the thought of retinal damage sound unappealing? Make sure to stay tuned as a registered nurse gives insight on the importance of proper eye safety during the eclipse.
Parts of I-90 are shutting down, for the eclipse that is. Roads are expected to be crowded the day of the eclipse. We were able to see what the Chautauqua County emergency managers said about preparations for the possible crowded roads. While parts of I-90 shut down for the eclipse, Chautauqua County roads were expected to be bumper to bumper with eclipse seekers from all over trying to get the best spot to observe the event. We'll talk with Chautauqua County emergency managers about the year-long preparations to handle the massive increase in traffic. Now let's jump over to Sierra and Cheyenne, who spoke with JCC Student Senate Beth Ann Wallace about the Senate's involvement with activities circulating the eclipse.
Student Senate was a major contributor for the activities circulating the eclipse.
We spoke to freshman student senator Beth Ann Wallace about this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I'm a freshman student senator, and I'm also part of the Sustainable Tourism Planning and Development class that is helping plan the solar eclipse event here at JCC.
Besides just watching the exciting solar eclipse, Beth Ann provided information on interesting activities at the event that are available for all ages.
Absolutely. So I do know it's a family-friendly event. It is going to be hosted from 1 to 4 p.m. with the eclipse happening in the middle. I know the eclipse starts around 2 p.m. Then the full eclipse starts at like 3:15 p.m. for the full 3 minutes. But in between that time, there'll be a lot of activities. There's going to be a VR experience that does require previous sign-up, and there will be a wait list available. There are going to be kids' story times. There's going to be a rocket launching event with like a model rocket. There'll be a full solar system model set up as well. I know there's going to be story times, arts and crafts for the children, and there's going to be a lot more available on campus if you come and check it out.
Not only did the Student Senate provide us with activities circulating the solar eclipse, but they also provided us with safety as well.
We've ordered 2,500 solar eclipse glasses that will be provided to the event goers free of charge to be able to watch the eclipse safely.
Back to you at the nest.
The solar eclipse is coming to Chautauqua County on Monday, and with it an estimated 250,000 people traveling to see it in its totality. We now go to Joey and David, who talked to Dr. Johnny Stein about his thoughts on the event.
With the solar eclipse coming to Chautauqua County, the JCC campus will see people come from all over to get a look at it in its totality. As the county prepares to welcome thousands of visitors eager to witness this solar phenomenon, educators like Dr. Stein are considering canceling classes in an attempt to navigate the delicate balance between the safety concerns of the eclipse and the educational opportunities that it provides.
Classes aren't really necessarily canceled, but each professor will tell their students what they need to do on that day. It's really a safety issue as well as an exploratory issue.
Dr. Stein believes an event like this is huge and shared his insight on the eclipse's significance for Chautauqua County, welcoming all tourists and emphasizing its potential to bring the community together and inspire wonder in all those who witness this cosmic event.
For Chautauqua County, It means a lot because we are consistently trying to get the community involved in community experiences, and we happen to be standing in a place where this thing is happening. We have a huge influx of tourists. A lot of people are coming, and I'm glad to host it at the JCC campus.
For Hawk Nest News, I'm Joey Valerio. Back to you guys in the studio.
Reporters John and Evelyn have talked to Lillian Trong, a science professor at JCC. Let's see what they have to say.
The sun is the source of a massive amount of heat for Earth. During the eclipse, the temperature will be changing for the areas where the total eclipse happened.
So because the moon is blocking the sun, we would expect a dramatic decrease in temperature. So one of the live experiments that we're doing during the total eclipse is measuring temperature, and we should see a dramatic decrease.
Along with temperature changes, the moon is going to change how UV rays will hit the Earth.
So I don't know necessarily how it will affect UV rays, but we are doing some experiments to look at the polarizability of these rays during the eclipse. So using these experiments, we might see that these rays are more scattered compared to normal, but stay tuned to figure out what the results of that experiment is.
While we're not exactly sure how temperature and UV rays will be affected, we do have a hypothesis of what will be occurring. Stay tuned to figure out what the test results are, and back to you, Cameron.
And here's an exclusive interview with Tom Traub. He is a NASA Eclipse ambassador here in Jamestown at the observatory to answer some questions on the upcoming eclipse this Monday, April 8th.
And here's an exclusive interview with Tom Traub. He is a NASA Eclipse ambassador here in Jamestown at the observatory to answer some questions on the upcoming eclipse this Monday, April 8th.
I'm here with Tom Traub, who's a NASA Eclipse ambassador. So Tom, why is this particular eclipse such a big deal? So big that we are getting millions of incoming visitors.
Well, first of all, eclipses are rare. And so the chance to be in the path of totality and to actually see a full experience of total eclipse, you have to be within the path that totality takes across the United States.
Okay. And how long would the total eclipse actually occur during the time?
It depends on where you're at within the path. Each eclipse is different. Some eclipses are where the moon is closer to us and therefore wider. In this case here, the eclipse path, the eclipse cone for totality is 110 miles wide by about 200 miles long.
Here Tom tells how the eclipse has actually affected wildlife as well as humans throughout history.
I can only assume that wildlife is going to be affected during this. In which way will it be affected?
Well, actually, not only wildlife, even domesticated life will have the same effects, because you're basically turning daylight into twilight. The sky will get dark, the brighter stars are going to come out. Around you, 360 degrees, is going to be sunset. Now, that's going to cause birds to want to roost. It's going to cause roosters wanting to crow. You're going to have some animals that are normally nocturnal or come out either at dusk or dawn are going to become active.
One more question for you.
Yes.
How have eclipses affected humanity throughout history?
Well, in many cases, they've had various different circumstances. In some cases, wars have been started or wars have been stopped due to eclipses. Many different religious events, especially with indigenous people, are based around what happens during a solar eclipse. In fact, the actual cycle for solar eclipses was discovered 3,000 years ago by the Chaldeans, which are precursors to the Sumerians, and they observed a cycle of recurring lunar eclipses.
We hope you learned something with us as we spoke to NASA Eclipse Ambassador Tom.
Here is Shaylin Owens, who interviewed Amanda Dijon, the president of Lilydale Assembly located in Cassadaga, New York. The president gives us an inside look at what a total eclipse does for the spiritualist community.
Hello everyone, I'm Shaylin Owens, and I have recently been informed that for some, the eclipse is much more than a once-in-a-lifetime event, but also a portal for change and growth.
Eclipse gives us this celestial energy. It's like a gateway, so to speak, that gives us an understanding of we can have the energy and power to make change in our lives. What do we want to release? What do we want to keep? What do we want to change? How might we incorporate all that into our spiritual journey?
The president of Lilydale Assembly emphasizes that even if you miss the eclipse, you need not worry. For the eclipse, spiritual properties extend beyond its time visual to us.
The vibrations of the earth actually change when there is a time like this, pre the eclipse and post. So there's a large time frame of weeks that we can start to make these changes in our life. We can feel this energy.
Kathy Manhart, a registered nurse at Jamestown Community College, advises witnesses of the eclipse to take proper precautions when looking at the sun.
My name is Lauren Dolan. I'm here at JCC to join the medical staff as they educate us on the dangers our eyes are susceptible to under the focused heat waves the eclipse provides. What does it mean to have your retinas burned?
Same as it does in many ways to have your skin burned. The retina doesn't have any pain receptors, so you're not going to know that you've damaged your eye.
How can you safely watch the eclipse?
With the safe glasses for the eclipse. And it's important that your glasses have the certified numbers on them. It's not safe to watch the eclipse through regular sunglasses or through your smartphone, because the lenses will magnify the sun's rays and cause more damage to your eye.
And now back to the JCC Hawk Nest.
The eclipse drew thousands from multiple states onto Chautauqua County roadways. Dre Guinness and Caden Weber discussed the preparations and concerns with Chautauqua County Emergency Management.
My biggest concern is traffic.
Chautauqua County Emergency Manager Noel Gutman discussing the concerns of the impending mass increase of traffic coming into the county in search of the best place to watch the eclipse.
As National Geographic said that Niagara Falls was the #1 spot in the world to watch this. So that means a lot of people that maybe weren't going to before are planning to come through our county to get up to that Niagara region.
Arranging logistics to manage traffic is only one aspect, as preparations in areas of law enforcement and public safety have also been ongoing for some time.
From the beginning, we started planning for this, well over a year ago when this was brought to our attention, and understood that we were able to learn from the lessons of 2017. We were able to learn from what happened there, the traffic impacts and the impacts that all the visitors to the regions had. So we were to learn from their lessons and try and work towards a collaborative effort.
Lessons, like the ones that were learned in 2017, where traffic in areas like eastern Wyoming overwhelmed an underprepared emergency services team, leading to traffic jams on highways and surface streets.
You get to a point you can't manage everything, but you can try to manage what you have. It's always a matter of hoping for the best, and you plan for the worst, hope for the best.
And that hope was rewarded, as traffic around Chautauqua County around the time of the eclipse was sparse, and traffic on the surface streets was almost non-existent. For Hawks Nest News, I'm Dre Guinness. Back to you in the studio.
Alrighty then, thank you for watching. I'm Cameron of Hawk Nest News.
And I'm Juliana, and we hope to see you again next time.
Best camera out of the three, I gotta say.
That's cat. Check this one out right here.
John.
That's not as fun as something you need
The
to hide.
teasers, I just want to make sure on the
Really
intro.
pretty eyes, like the lighting coming from. Oh my god.
Full name for this, you mean?
Oh
Yeah, I got my headset on.
From Maple.
Shoot, I can't say that.
You needed some.
Oh, okay.
Mushroom.
So we're gonna do the intro first, and then cue the anchors. Okay.
That are so nice and good at mouths. They're like.
Switch to Blu-ray?
What? Should I start?
Yes. Ready, camera 2? Cut to camera 2.
Good morning. Welcome to Hawk Desk News. We're coming to you from Jamestown, New York with exciting news regarding a once-in-a-lifetime event, the solar eclipse. I'm Juliana Main.
And I'm Cameron Feliciano. Today we're bringing to you an inside look at the region's thoughts for this historical event.
Ready, Blu-ray? Play, Blu-ray. Ready, camera 2. Cut to camera 2.
Tuned as a registered nurse gives insight on the importance of proper eye safety during the eclipse event. Does the thought of retinal damage sound unappealing? Make sure to stay tuned as a registered nurse gives insight on the importance of proper eye safety during the eclipse.
Parts of I-90 are shutting down. Roads are expected to be crowded the day of the eclipse. We were able to see what the Chautauqua County emergency managers said about preparations for the possible crowded roads. While parts of I-90 shut down for the eclipse, Chautauqua County roads were expected to be bumper to bumper with eclipse seekers from all over trying to get the best spot to observe the event. We'll talk with Chautauqua County emergency managers about the year-long preparations to handle the massive increase in traffic. There are experiments that will be conducted to see how each has changed on the JCC Jamestown campus.
We have a special ambassador for NASA.
And emphasizing its potential to bring the community together and inspire wonder in all those who witness this cosmic event.
For Chautauqua County,
Back to you after that. Starts at like 15 p.m. for the whole 3 minutes. But in between that time, there'll be a lot of activities. There's going to be a VR.